Hello everyone, welcome to the Watch Tailor, a channel where we take watches, give them a little tweak and make them better. In this one though, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be starting a new sort of series, and instead of sort of improving on a design, I'm actually going to be making limited edition Seikos. Obviously Seiko do a lot of limited editions like this one. So this is their Willard, air quotes, because it's not actually technically a Willard. You know, the bolster here is a little bit different, and it's also got a few other elements that are different to the Willard as well. But for some reason it's still sectioned under Willard on the boutique where I got this image from. So yeah, anyway, that's just a different story altogether. So first things first, we need a duplicate to work on so you can see the transformation as it happens. So the first thing I did was remove the date window. You guys know I hate date windows, especially when Seiko insists on sticking them there. Yeah, I don't know why I'm using my hands because you can't see. But anyway, did put date windows there, and it's just ridiculous. But anyway, that's a different topic altogether. So first things, what I did, I just sort of give the watch a little tweak in terms of colour. So the first thing I did was change the HSL. So you can see, we've got rid of, a few different things, but obviously it looks a little bit ugh. So I did a secondary HSL, which looks way better. So what I did here really is I just changed the tone of the watch. I've gone more sort of gunmetal than the PVD. Now, I'm not a huge fan of PVD, but gunmetal I actually do quite like, and I think it sort of suits this watch really well just because of the colour and the tone I'm going to be going for, whereas this, it just didn't look right, so that's why I decided, to change the colour. I also got rid of the orange on there because that would clash with the thing that I'm going to be doing, so that is why that's gone. I also added a little accent on the crown. I don't really know why, to be honest, I just think it looks kind of cool. But you might not like it, but each to their own. So the biggest transformation is with the dial. Now I do really like this dial, I think it's nice, but it doesn't sort of fit with the theme of limited editions I'm going with, and that is sort of nature. So well, here we go, this is the first one. Lava. Yay. So I decided to do a lava theme one. So we were just looking at pictures and I saw this one and I thought, you know what, that'd look really cool on a dial. So just picture this. The dial is textured. You can also see we've got that little ripple effect from the original, because I just thought it added some depth and texture to it. But just imagine this. The luminescent paint on all the orange and yellow, so that really glows at night. So have you seen those great wave dials, what people do, and they're all lume filled? Well, imagine that, but just with little accents of orange and reds. I think that would look awesome. And then we could have some sort of genuine texture on the more solid bits of rock and just make it look like a sort of a 3D dial. I think that would be unbelievable if Seiko could pull that off, and I would buy it in a heartbeat if I had the money. But anyway, that's a different subject entirely, but I just think it'd look so cool. This is not the only one I've done. You've seen by the thumbnail I did actually do two limited edition watches. This one I just didn't go OTT with. The other one I sort of put a little bit more effort into, which is what I'm going to show you right now. So let's hide those and get the one. And it's the Samurai. Now, admittedly, this is one of my favourite limited editions, the Save the Ocean. I've had hands-on with one, and it's a brilliant watch. Not perfect, but it is brilliant. So yeah, duplicate first so you can see what we're going to be changing, and I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. There we go. So yeah, what we did is actually borrowed elements from two different samurais and merged them together, and you'll see now these first two bits are going to look a little bit janky, but it will come together once it's all put together. So the first one, I put this on, and the reason for this is because I actually wanted a little element from this specific samurai, not that one, so that's why that. So I then did that, so you can see now the transformation. We have the bezel insert and bezel with the thingy the loom pip from a different samurai on that samurai. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. But then obviously, you know, we went a little bit sort of more in depth with it, and we obviously added some more elements. Now you can see the date window has gone and it looks a mess, but yeah, you don't need to worry about that. So the first thing I did was I adjusted the crown, and we actually need to get rid of that because now we don't need it. But yeah, you can see I shortened the crown. I had a big issue with this. It's so nice to use, but it just looks a little bit ungainly. I mean, it just sticks out a couple of mil too far, in my opinion. There's also a big gap there, and then not a gap there. So what I did is just increase the diameter, so the gap is a little bit more consistent. I just think it sort of polishes it off and finishes it off, and I think that looks a lot better than that. But again, really functional, looks better. So take that as you will. So the next thing I did was I added another little accent, because why not? And it's going to fit the theme, so don't worry about that. The next thing I did was, of course, replace the indice that was missing, because we've removed the date window, so obviously it needs an indice in its place, and that already looks way better than that, apart from, you know, the blue has disappeared, which is so nice in person, by the way. If you've never seen one of these, try and get and see one. It is so nice in person. But what I did next was fit in with the nature theme and sort of like the elements and stuff. I did an emerald dial. I just thought, why not? It looks kind of cool in my opinion. I like the raw nature vibe that it's going. I love the colour as well. And you can see we've got this like grey veining through it. And then we've got patches of darker and then paler. And I just think that looks so nice. Now, I did want to sort of tweak a few elements, especially here. Because if you've seen on some samurais where they have, you know, these elements and they pull colours from the watch, I did want to do that, but I just couldn't quite get it right, and I was just getting a little bit annoyed. So I am going to tackle and do that again. And when I actually have the community tabs enabled, what I'm going to do is go back to my previous designs that I wasn't fully happy with and then tweak them. But instead of making another video, what I'm going to do is just post the finished designs on the community tab and see if you think I've actually improved on what I did or made it worse. So guys, there you have it. That is the first one, and what I'll do is I'll pop them side by side actually, so you can actually see them. So if I grab, where are you? So if I grab you, bring you up, and then move you across like that. There we go. So there are the two limited editions, and you can sort of see a theme that's going to be emerging. So we've got emerald, and then we've got sort of lava and the rock. Is it magma rock? I don't know. I don't know the name. I know it's got a sort of specific technical term for when lava sets. I just don't remember it off the top of my head. But anyway, you can sort of see a theme. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to probably do the tuna, and then probably the Marine Master and the Sumo, and then we've got the Shogun as well. So we've definitely got quite a few divers to play around with, and you know, add some different elements. And I have had a really good idea for one as well, which I'm sort of working on at the minute, and it might divide opinion, let's just say. But anyway guys, that'll be for a different video. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and you know, if you want me to do more like this, let me know. Or should I just make it a limited series, do what I'm going to do, and then just not do it again? You know, let me know down in the comments.